This is an old vintage dresser that we converted into a vanity. We kept it as original as we can, just changing the top to granite. The original drawers were just wooden slide-in ones, so I had to rebuild them to accommodate for the plumbing, and also to put gliding slides on them. This is the old original top that was taken off. The entire dresser has been refinished by a previous owner. There was nothing really to attach the drawer slides to, so I had to insert new particle board pieces on each side. I used T-brackets to attach these boards directly to the legs because it's the only strong part of the dresser, and I had to mount the brackets high enough to allow for the drawer slides underneath. This is them installed. I screwed it directly to the legs, and also I sat it on top of these boards with glue, and I screwed underneath the boards up into them as well. That helped to lock as much of the old dresser into the new modifications as possible. These middle ones I had to custom make to go around all the plumbing, and the drawer also had to be done the same. So now there's a strong, stable surface to build the drawers into and have the new drawer slides attach. This is the whole view from the outside, showing the plumbing and all. On the inside, these pipes are a significant problem, so I had to custom make the drawers to go around them. Here's the drawers made out of particle board melamine. You see the two small ones are built at an angle to allow for the curve on the top of the dresser. After they were built, I used iron-on edge banding right around the edge of all the drawers so that they would look nice. Trimmed it off with a trimmer. Here's another view of the main dresser. The back of it, on these drawers, the distance is shorter than the sides. I had to shorten it that much to allow for the plumbing difference at the back. But I kept the sides at full length to allow for the larger size of drawer slides. If I shrunk the whole thing, I'd have to shrink the slides as well. Here's a view of the original drawer. For the front of these drawers, I'm going to cut the face off the original one. I'll just cut behind the dovetails, and then I can salvage the front to keep the original look of the dresser. I'll throw the old boards away. The other one has been rebuilt. It doesn't have dovetails. Someone has remade out of plywood. But same thing, I'll just cut behind it, same thickness, and save the face to use again. Here is the two drawer faces cut off. You can see the original one. The one above has been remade by someone. It's brand new wood. These screw heads are for the handles. They are in the way when I can't mount them flat onto the drawer boxes. So I put tape on the boxes, and I'm going to mark where they are and just drill a little dent in them so that they will be slightly recessed. These are mounting holes already prepared. I got them drilled and attached screws into the front faceplate. I've got those spots marked now with a small pilot hole in each place, so I will now get a larger drill, the biggest bit I got, and just gently gouge out a bit of a dent in each place where the screws are going to hit. Just drilling slowly, I don't want to drill a big hole right through it. Now I'll just pull off the tape, and there's the dents ready to go. A couple of them I have to adjust. I've actually made a mistake on the position. I'm going to use double-sided tape to mount the faces on it first. And I'm going to use coins as a little shim just to keep a space underneath the bottom. I'll sit the drawer face on top of that, stick it to the double-sided tape, and then can screw it on. Here goes the first one. Very carefully position it in the center, rest it on the coins, and push it against the tape when I'm happy, and the screws for the handles will fit inside those little dents I made. Ta-da! Now screw the back of it through those pilot holes I made. The two upper drawers, I made a bit of a mistake. I calculated the angle wrong to fit this curve. See, it's close on this end, a big gap on this end. Doesn't quite fit. So now when I put the front of the drawer face on, it'll be tight on there, but now there's nothing to attach it to on this side. Unfortunate error that I made. However, I've come up with a bit of an idea. I made this little spacer, cut at the correct angle. I just got to find a way to attach it onto there. And now, when I put the face of the drawer on it, it's a perfect fit. That's how it should be. Got one for the other side, so I'm going to use a metal bracket to attach the two with glue and screws. It's not what I was hoping, but it'll work. Here it is all attached. You can see the little brackets I got on. So there's a bit of a gap. Maybe for a future project I can rebuild those drawers now that I know the exact shape of it. But for now, this works excellent. I got two functioning drawers, and the curve still follows the original face of the curve. Yeah. This one is different. The drawer slide on the outside edge is where you'd expect it. But on the inside edge, it's recessed quite a bit and raised up. That's to allow for the plumbing. The drawer also had to be notched, with a great big gouge taken out of it. There it is, it makes like a funny shelf inside. But doing it that way meant I could still have a drawer right where the plumbing is, a functioning drawer. If I didn't do it that way, there might not have been enough room to build a drawer at all. So I guess this was the lesser of two evils. The original dresser also came with this mirror. It was made out of a big frame on the sides, and the mirror sort of sat in the middle with two hinges up the top end. Now mounting it is a bit of a challenge. I did not want screw holes through the front, and because of tiles in the way, it sits out from the wall. There wasn't really a place to have a hanging thing behind it. So to solve that, I made these French cleats. I worked out where they go and have stuck the bottom in. The top I'll just rest there with double-sided tape and then press the frame against it, and that'll keep it away from the tile backsplash that's below it. There, I pressed it against it. Now they are stuck where they want to be. I'll put a screw through there to make sure they stay permanently, and those are in the exact right place for it to sit on top of the vanity and mount on the French cleats. Here I have screwed the cleats into place, and also I have reattached the mirror. On the bottom edge I have covered it with silicone, and I'll sit that onto the granite countertop, and then that will hold the bottom still. This is brand new wood. Someone's done a repair in the past on that corner. So I just carefully line it up as much as I can, lower it down. I don't want to smear the silicone all over the place. Drop it straight onto the French cleats, and the bottom of it will touch the countertop where the silicone will stick it. And just like that, that's all it took. It's very secure, quite strong. I was actually quite surprised how well it worked. There it is, all finished. At an earlier part of the renovation, I moved the lights so the lights would match it. And that's our vanity made out of an old dresser.